our final point, number 11. Remember, we're just shutting all of this into 11 points. There's so many more that could help you become the best of you that can ever exist, or to help you grow this amazing business you're thinking of. Number 11 is you must think. Remember, I just talked about thinking when we're talking about health. You must plan and you must take action. So thinking is where the brain comes in, and this is where that right brain we talked about at the beginning comes in. Because if you can think, if you can put two ideas together, this is what is changing our world. Academic education do not allow people to think. You go to school and they're giving you logic. This is how it's supposed to be. They give you theories. And so that rationale, the one in you that should be thinking, disappears. So release that person now. Come back and allow yourself to think. One little idea, you might call it little, I might call it little, but one idea that could come out of you might change the world. I might be that idea that everyone wants to buy. So when you think, and this is a book that helped me on that path, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. It's quite an old book, but when I read this book, it changed a lot of things for me. So you have to think first. Then after thinking, the ideas are coming true, then you plan. Plan means take a book, never go anywhere without it. See, like I have here, so many ideas in them, and I always have problems. So you got the idea, you write it down, put it into writing, because until it's written down, it's just in your head, it's a dream, and it will not come to pass if you can't relate to it. So when you write it down, which is the planning, then you put it into action, and action is the doing. So once you've done it, the next stage is you're going to get results. So think, plan, action. But with all of that, we got lots of support and lots of guidance to get me and this business to where we are. And I'm going to give you some insight to some of the books I read over time, plus many more. You need to see my library. You need something to support you, to guide you, to help you. And I'll mention some of them. I did promise I was going to show you some of the books that I read that helped me to think the way I do. And this was one of them. It's called The Purpose-Driven Life. And what they asked here is, what on earth am I here for? Now when you read a book like this, it takes you back to your soul, because you want to know why you're here. It's not all about making that million overnight. It's about leaving sometimes a legacy behind, where people can look back and say, this is what this person contributed to the world. Remember, we don't own the time we're here for. I don't want to go too deep into that, but maybe if you're very keen, buy this book. It will change the way you see things. We talked about fear. Lots of us get stuck with fear. We want to do something. We suddenly think, oh my God, I can't do that. It's so scary. This book says, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? And it's only normal for all of us to have butterflies, you know. Everybody gets it. Even celebrity actors, if you really interview them, if you read about them, they will tell you sometimes before they get on stage, something stops them. Something goes into your mind and says, are you sure you want to do this? Tell that thing, yes, I can do it. And that's what this book is about. It's about telling you, you will feel it. Nobody's saying you won't feel it, but do it anyway. And then there's this one. Before I go into that one, I'll start with this one. Who Moved My Cheese? And this book, Dr. Spencer Johnson, is a basic. See how small it is? You can finish it in 2 days. This book reminds you, there's nothing you have now that will be there forever. people will say, oh no, don't worry about me, I have got a fantastic job, I'm doing well. Will that job always be there? There's redundancies going everywhere, businesses are closing down. If you don't have control of what you are doing, you don't own it. So, who moved my cheese? That's what he asked. And it's all about you thinking that that job you have is this amazing cheese waiting for you every day you come. And then one morning you come and the cheese is gone. Your job is gone. Really, it might change the way you see things. And then peaks and valleys was the same man, but what he's trying to tell you is there is no condition you have in life that's permanent. So there are times it goes up and there are times it comes down. Now what he advises is when it's up, provide for when it will come down, because it will happen. It's just like a cycle. That's the cycle of life. It will go up and it will come down. So when you read things like this, it reminds you that there's more to life than just what you think it is. And this is one of my favorite books, Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is where you get that message that it's not all about academic education. Because the poor dad was the one who had a PhD. He was well educated, but he had no money. And the rich dad was the one who used his brain and created businesses. So I want you to read that and get that message. We already talked about Think and Grow Rich. My very first book that got me into business. Because it reminded me that I have a skill that I can share, that I can give to other people and they will appreciate it. This is where I started from. So if you don't think and know that there's something in your hand, which I know we all do have, you are never going to get anywhere. Because if you're relying on other people to provide job for you, you will not find it sometimes. So employ yourself. That's my message to everyone. Engage your own hands, because that's what they're there for. And so apart from the books, I listen to a lot of tapes. Healing. He talks about how you can help yourself. Remember we talked about the body? How do you help your body to stay energized? How do you help your body to stay in a way that whenever you want it to do something for you, it will do it? Healing helps you to think, how do I take care of my body in a natural way? Secrets of the millionaire mind. Okay, we all got that mind, but we don't know how to use it. So, have Eka guides you to remind yourself how you can change the way you think, to think like a millionaire. Lead the field. Remember we talked about key person of influence? Lead the field is telling you how you can lead your own field, whatever that field is. Whatever you decide, this is me, this is my passion, and this is why I love to lead what I do. Lead whatever you decide to do. Remember I said start from your local area. You could be the go-to person in your local area. So lead your field. And then of course, Brian Tracy is one of my favorite people. He says the ultimate goals program. You have to give yourself goals. Because if you think you just wake up every morning and go to sleep and wake up and sleep and wake up, it's not going to happen. You have to plan. You have to create goals. By the time I'm 40, I want to do this. By the time I'm 25, I want to do that. By the time I'm 50, I should have this. That's what goals are. And you have to start giving yourself goals that will lead you to achieve them. And then of course, the last but not the least, this person is called Jim Rohn. Oh, Jim Rohn is long gone, but I have this collection plus more. Now what Jim Rohn does is, he's like the main father to me of telling you how to develop yourself as a person. And there's so many celebrity, amazing personal development teachers out there. Anthony Robbins, Brian Tracy, all the other people I mentioned, Christopher Howard. Jim Rohn was the one who started them. So what I do is when I find that somebody is the ultimate person to go to, I go there because I want to be one of the best in whatever I do. So I want you to think like I'm thinking. Think like these people are thinking. Think big. Think goals. Think achievement. Think using your skills. So thank you so much for watching this We appreciate you so much, and we want you to stay in touch with us. Email us. Tell us what you think of what we do. We do love to hear from you. Thank you.